Lance McHan, everybody. Keller Williams agent, BRE 01987944. Just getting that out there real quick, so keep compliant. I'm here with Matthew from CR Porter. Good morning, Matthew. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good.
That's good. Thank you for being here.
Of course.
So,
thank you for having me.
Let's get right into this. So what kind of business is CR Porter? I know it's in Lincoln Center and people drive by it all the time and they see all these great items in there. So what exactly is CR Porter?
CR Porter is a furniture store that we're actually celebrating 20 years this year. And it's a store that was started from Tammy and Chris Kelly. And it was meant to be something unique, something that you're going to go in there, you're going to find just the coolest things. You know, they started with their logo of bringing the Bay Area to Stockton.
Okay.
So it was, just all of those things that you had to go out of town for. Let's bring it in, let's be something different. And that's something we've always tried to stay true to, and just being something different, unique, something you're not going to find in Home Goods or anywhere else. So that's how it started, and it just blew up. It went really well. They have, been in Lincoln Center for 15 years. We were on the mile for 3, and then we've been back for 2. But it just started as trying to be something unique, and going. It's funny how a business starts. You go down to LA markets, or even just like the San Francisco gift shows back then, trying to find inventory and cool, neat
trying
things.
to find unique things to bring to.
Stockton, and you work with these small boutique manufacturers, guys who are just like us, trying to start something and be different. And now it's funny to still work with a lot of those lines, and those lines now are huge.
Oh wow!
And
so you've both grown together.
Now to see them, we have to go to Las Vegas Furniture Market,
and
where they have 5,000 square foot showroom,
right?
And so no, never. But it's neat to see a business grow where you start at that, and now it's like we go to Las Vegas Furniture Market twice a year, and we get to go through and still picking those, working with those boutique manufacturers, the ones that you're not going to find anywhere near Stockton or anything, and quality.
Yeah, I was in there the other day, and you have these little, I think they're like 5x7 unique pictures. They're very limited edition, and there was a wall of them. That was pretty unique. I was like, man, I haven't been in here so long.
Those are kind of my favorite. They're called Sid Dickens tiles, and they're handcrafted out plaster. And it's an artist he's from Canada. His name's Sid.
Okay.
And he handcrafts all of them, and again, started as something small, just kind of liked them, did them, and they all have quotes and meanings on the back. Then, he'll retire it after a while, and again, it's just become a huge success.
So they're limited production,
limited
so over
edition.
time they could...
There's some that, after being retired for years, they'll go for thousands of dollars now.
Wow.
So it's amazing to see how something like that can just...
So CR Porter and Sid Dickens have kind of grown together.
And it's neat to be able to be a part of that, and have that and be that,
right.
Okay, in Stockton, that's what we have. So
something's unique about Stockton. We're centrally located to Reno and the Bay Area, so that's the good thing about Stockton.
Yeah.
We just need to get it out there, and that's part of the premise of my show. Is a lot of people live in Stockton, but they go out of the town to buy their goods when there's little gems like CR Porter in Stockton.
Well, and that's the cool thing, of also starting with this small business, where you're doing locally first, and now it's kind of nice. I mean, we travel up to Danville, over to El Dorado Hills, up to Sacramento.
So you have clients all over.
All over, and it's neat to hear the stories and people who are like, I always have to come back and get my unique things, and I'm coming from Danville, hour and a half drive, and come on down. So
some very nice houses over in Danville. So to have that reputation and clientele
it's a nice feeling to have.
Absolutely.
Trying to be unique, and
So how did you go about working there? Because you're the new owner, and
I am.
Take the people through the journey of how you became, how you started at CR Porter and where you are now.
It's funny. I actually started there in high school about 11 years ago.
Oh.
And just helping with deliveries, helping pull things out, just kind of behind the scenes work. But I whenever there was time, I was always curious about what went on in the front of the house. You know, what is this? What is this I'm unboxing? You know, tell me about it. And without trying to be annoying.
Right.
And so, and you know,
when you're young, you're full of questions.
Exactly. And Tammy was great. She really just took me under her wing and started, you know, teaching me and talking to me. And, you know, finally when some space opened up front, and she asked me, would you like to come up front? Would you want to help a few days a week? And it's like, absolutely.
Yeah,
and
I love it.
I loved it. She would test me. You know, she would really put me to work and, you know, say, okay, you know, hey, Matt, why don't you go ahead and do that area? What would you do? And I'd go over there.
Of the
of
shop?
the store.
Okay.
I'd go in and I'd just pull stuff together, pull it all together, and try to, you know, display it the way I think she would. And and she'd go through it, and she'd always so encouraging of, you know, this is great, but here's what I would do differently, you know. And I'd really pay attention. I'd soak it in. Any time I could spend with her, I would.
It's like a master of interior design.
Well, exactly. She's one talented woman, and I've been honored to learn from her. And you know, and it's neat, and you know, it's fun when you really start to get your feel on it and understand, you know, how interior design works, and also that it's not necessarily like there's a system, there's a right or wrong. It's you know, that's one thing that we've always been known on, is being eclectic, pulling things together, and it's, you know.
So speaking of that, I was on the website, and Tammy, her quote is still on there. Every customer has an opportunity to be creative. So what does that mean to you? And then kind of take me through that journey.
Well,
so people know of interior design, but first thing they think of is like, oh my gosh, you know, it's overwhelming. So kind of take me through that journey.
Well, that's my favorite part, is that, to go with that quote, is C.R. Porter doesn't just have to be one thing. It doesn't have to be one look, one style. It's, you know, it's an eclectic gathering. So, yeah, so for somebody who's coming in, each customer is different. Each client, their home, it's different. It is, we fit it to them. And that's the best part. So, you know, I could go into your house and I can do one thing and really get the feel of how you guys live, what interests you, what you think is unique, what you think is cool, and pull that all together. Whereas someone else might want something totally different.
Somebody just want black and white tiles all over the house.
Exactly. And that's what's fun to us, is getting to go in and get the opportunity to do those different things. So that's what that quote means to me, is that it's, you know, it's all personal. It's very personal, and so it's,
you're really tapping into their creative side and
their
helping
creative
pull
side,
what their vision out of them,
what they're looking
not
for.
your vision
Exactly.
for the house.
Exactly, how they live, and you know, and that's the fun part about it. I mean, we work with all these manufacturing companies who they're so unique, and they can customize most of our stuff. I mean, especially our upholstery, all of it. And that's probably my favorite thing to do. I know it's, you know, is upholstery, just because, again, every single piece that comes in that I help a client put together and order is different. It's all, you know, and so from the size to fabrics to mixing fabrics to, you know, anything, it's just, we can actually create anything, and that's just
very unique.
Everything is at the tip of your fingers, you know, so that's what's really, really fun.
How long does it take for you to kind of go through that journey with somebody? Let's say you're going to do a living room. Is it a 2-week process, or is it a month-long process? How long do you...
Well, typically our system when we come in, especially, is, you know, it's usually like an hour-long process of going through and getting the feel of how you live, asking questions, seeing everything, you know, talking about what would you change, what do you wish you could get out of this room. And then once we figure that out, we can go forward and pull things together, whether it might be stuff we have in the store, or whether it might be something custom that we get put together. And
what if they have an antique that was like their great-great-grandmother's, and how do you...
That's a great thing, because we also like to tell people we work with what you have. So, you know, there's certain things that are just sentimental, and that's great. And that helps us understand what draws you. Like, if you have to pick something, your favorite thing in this room, tell me why.
Right.
this is your favorite thing,
You're tapping into the emotion of the.
Yes, and if it's, oh, I love the colors in this, I just really wish I had more of these blues and yellows in this room, or this, anything, gray, we can go in and recreate that and kind of pull your favorite things together and accent it to where when you walk in, it all comes
The
together
room
and is
you love.
beautiful. Exactly.
And that's really what you're tapping into, I think, is the emotion. So when they walk in, they're like, oh, I just love this room.
Yeah.
I've been in the store a few times, and it seems like it's always different. How is that? Do you constantly rearrange the rooms and pull
We
stuff
do.
in? Pull back out?
We constantly have new stuff coming in,
Mm-hmm.
so that's the fun part too. There's always something new to see. But it's also fun moving that store around. You see things in a different light.
Mhm.
And that keeps it fresh to us. We're there 24/7, so
I
let's
can
move it
imagine,
around.
yeah.
I don't, but
Little OCD or ADD, one of the two. It's like, you're like,
Exactly.
this needs to go over there.
maybe a little bit of both. But moving it all around, it's funny. People will come in and they'll be like, "This is amazing. When was this? Or when did you guys get this?" And it's like, "Well, we got it over there, but now we pulled it over to this. It might take on a whole different light, a whole different feel with what we have it set up with." So again, and that's us getting to be creative and pull things together and try to show how you can use these things in different situations.
How often do you rearrange the showroom?
I try to do it at least every 4 weeks.
Okay.
But probably little bits of it get done every couple
When I was
weeks.
in there the other day, I forgot her name, the lady who was helping me.
Marie.
Yeah. She was moving this lamp from like one spot to another. She was trying to find a home for it, and then she's like, "That's it, right there."
There it is.
Yeah.
Trial and error.
Yeah. I know.
Exactly.
And you have this, I think it was a chandelier hanging over a kitchen table.
It's a beam.
A beam.
Mm-hmm. It's a beam, and it's actually a faux beam, but the detail on it is also just so neat, and it has all of the lights hanging from cords at all different heights coming down from around that beam.
Yeah.
And it's so unique. It's
Yeah.
again just something fun, something
But then,
different.
you're waiting to find a home for that one, huh?
I've ordered that so many times.
Oh, really?
So many people, yeah. Some things we like to hang on to because
It's very unique.
let people have the opportunity to see it. So, and yeah, so it's a great piece.
So when you design, are you just doing the furniture, or do you go in and do you hire contractors to paint? I mean, how do you tie all that into?
We don't really do that aspect. We work hand in hand with some where we can help and give our 2 cents on paint colors, things like that if they want assistance. But we do our best to try to help out with that, but mainly we do the furniture, accessories, all of that.
And whole house, kitchens, bedrooms, bathrooms, nothing's off.
Nothing's off limits.
What about like an outside patio area?
We're actually getting into that. We're trying to bring out some patio furniture, trying to expand. So I'm really excited about
A lot
that.
of people like that outdoor living space.
Absolutely, bringing inside out. And it's neat. Our upholstery company I was telling you about, who we've worked with for 18 years, they've actually just started doing outdoor furniture.
That's a long relationship.
It's a very long relationship, but it's that's what's neat. But they just started outdoor furniture, so it's those styles of furniture that we do inside can now have outdoor weather resistant fabric on it and can go outside.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I was walking a model home. They had this outdoor living space, so I figured, where are you at in that sphere? Are you just interior design, or now you're moving to the exterior as well?
Both. Absolutely.
That'll be fun. That'll be something that
Absolutely. Have to keep your eyes peeled because
Yeah.
that's to come.
What else would you like people to know about you? Anything unique?
Yes, besides us, really trying to stay unique, have all new, just have new things in all the time. We like we like things that tell stories. That's what's neat. We work with a lot of manufacturers that do Peruvian furniture, and it's literally from Peru, we know the owners. We've talked to them.
Oh,
They
wow.
live down south, but they have a manufacturing company in Peru, and the techniques and finishes that they do on these pieces, and some of their pieces have 11-step processes to
Wow.
get it to what it looks like, and it's just something that no one else may have. You might have
Have you
something that
toured
somebody
these?
spent hours and hours on, and it's yours and no one else has it. So from things to like that, we really do a lot of research and
Mhm.
really try to find what's unique, what's quality, and what's going to give you those cool pieces where you're gonna you can tell the story.
Because no matter how much money you have, you still want value for your dollar. You want something that's going to last.
Exactly,
And,
exactly, and that's what we.
So when you're
our
going
goal.
to tour that manufacturing plant in Peru,
I would love to. I need to get on that.
that would be sweet to go actually see where all your stuff comes from and meet the people who make it for you.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Have you designed any shops inside of Lincoln Center? Have you? Do people come to you for ideas?
I
and stuff?
haven't had the opportunity yet,
Uh-huh.
but Tammy, who owned the store, I know she has. She's helped with a lot of them and consulted. She still consults, and so she's. But yeah, getting to kind of help out. whether it's-
Design a new restaurant would be.
That's what's fun.
Yeah.
Giving them ideas and all
Mhm.
of that. Whether we may actually be able to help them through it, but just giving them cool
Consulting,
ideas. Yeah,
yeah.
trying to
Yeah.
from a different perspective.
And that's the cool thing about Lincoln Center. It's like touching on what you said. It's eclectic. There's a little something for everybody, and
Exactly.
they're all small businesses trying
Yeah.
to create this big name for themselves.
We always joke it's like a neighborhood. So whether you go around, you get to know everyone, you get to know all the customers. It's all
Mm-hmm.
you bounce back and forth. It's a great space to spend your time.
That's pretty cool. So where would people find you? What's your address?
429 Lincoln Center, and we're right across from Market Tavern.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Matthew from CR Porter. Just want to highlight his big business and touch and base with you guys. If you know anybody who has a small business who would like to come on my show, send me a message. I'd love to have them on. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great day.